What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Shots on Target podcast. My name is Phil, joined by my man Jakey, as always,
What's good, everyone?
and our resident Oracle.
What's going on, people? How's it going?
We apologize again for the lack of videos, guys. Real life world getting in the way. I take most of the blame for it, but we're going to try and get back on track. Starting with this week, obviously, there's been a lot of football. Some teams have impressed, some teams have been demolished. And we're going to get into it. We've got a few topics to chat about, so we'll kick right off with Mikhail. What is your topic for this week?
Sunderland. Man, how good are Sunderland lads? Seriously, they're incredible.
Yeah, very good.
They are smashing it, to
Man,
be
I
fair.
think they made one. Wait, I think they made like what, 15 signings? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like
Something
they
like that, yeah.
annihilated. They annihilated Chelsea. It wasn't even like a fluke victory. Like they thoroughly deserved it, and they laid the blueprint on how to behave after you get promoted. Spend wisely and invest in the manager who clearly knows what he's doing. Like Regis Lebris, I am astonished with how well he's done so far. I didn't think he was gonna get this team to gel as much as he's had. Like even Brian Brobby, who came on, like he's barely played and already he's contributing for the Mackems with exceptional holder play.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it seems like everyone's bought into the philosophy of how they want to play. Seems like nobody's really bigger than the club. No one's really come in and said, I'm the main man here now because you're a team that's just been promoted, sort of thing. Everyone sort of just banded together and they're getting the results for it.
I think as well.
yeah,
they've
like the
got
acquisition.
Oh, go on.
Go for it, Jake. You go for it.
I was gonna say, I think
Speak.
I think as well, if you look at like the players that they brought in, they didn't do what most Premier League clubs do and just kind of put all their eggs in like the youth basket. You know, sign young, talented players. They've got a very good mix of, you know, experienced heads, the likes of Bertrand Traore, Arthur Masuaku, as much as, you know, ability-wise, he might not be great. He's been in the Prem, he knows...
No comment.
he's been in the Prem before, he knows how the Prem works, he knows how hard it is in the league. The same with Granit Xhaka. Like, a lot of these players, they aren't just like young random kids that they've signed from nowhere. There's a lot of experience within the Sunderland team, especially after losing out on some of the players that they did. Like, losing out on Bellingham was always going to be a miss. Losing out on that quality in midfield. And Patrick Roberts leaving the club, he's 28, has the experience, has played with a lot of the lads. You know, it's not hard coming into a league where no one besides no one in the squad has played in the Prem. Because it's been a long time since Sunderland have been in the Prem, so a lot of that squad that were last here aren't there anymore.
Yeah. I think it all started from when they signed Xhaka. That was their primo signing sort of thing. Like, if there was one person that was going to lead them to, okay, no one expected them to be where they are right now. Everyone have obviously expected them, if they survive relegation, it'd be a great job. But from what they've done already, they've pretty much laid a benchmark to, even if things do go wrong, as it tends to do in some cases, like a couple of months spell sort of thing. Even if they do have that, I don't see them getting relegated because of this hot start. Simple as. I think they've already done 95% of the job they need to do.
It could be a case where, like, I remember Hull City from 08-09, where they had this incredible start to the season after they got promoted, but then they fell off a cliff and they barely survived by 1 point. So I wonder if that could transpire, especially with AFCON occurring. But, like, as I alluded to previously, the reason why I think they've signed a lot of the AFCON players is because once they're gone, a lot of the youth players who have not received that opportunity yet in the Premier League will step up, especially the likes of Dan Neil, for example, and Emeka. What's got? And I think they just rely on Xhaka's leadership to guide the youngsters through, especially the likes of Chris Raig as well, who they view as a proper prospect. And can I just say, shout out to Mukele, by the way. I didn't expect him to become this like vice leader of sorts for Sunderland. He's really stepped up. He's like the second in command next to Granit Xhaka.
I think there's a few leaders in the Sunderland camp.
Even Renildo, the Mozambique international, I did not expect him to turn up the way he has, even at left back or left centre back in the back
Mm.
five. He's become a real proper leader,
When
especially
you look,
after a pretty poor season at Atletico Madrid. I was like, is that gonna work? But he stepped up tremendously.
when you look at their like standpoints from the Championship, two of their biggest players, Trey Hume and Dan Ballard, as well, still in the team, still making a fucking impact. I think Trey Hume's been one of their best players this season.
He has, for sure. Like he's even excelling a left back, lad, which is incredible. By the way, I
Yeah,
think that also further cements your point about Masuaku because like even though he was available from the bench, Ty Hume was still starting at left back, which I find hilarious.
yeah,
But like the two Northern Ireland lads are excelling. Dan Ballard's incredible. Like as soon as I saw him bullying Nicholas Fulkirk, I thought to myself, okay, this fella's gonna take the next step up. And also that Nicholas Fulkirk is not really Premier League worthy anymore.
no comment.
Fortunately for.
Was he ever
But
Premier League worthy?
No comment.
but yeah, no, like it's the mixture of the youth and experience I think is benefiting Sunderland. But also, I think the players understand just how important this club is for the community of Sunderland as a whole. We've seen the importance of the club in the Netflix documentary. I think the players understand that, especially the leaders like Jacques and Mukiele.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic to see.
I think as well, not just Sunderland, but all three promoted teams, Leeds and Burnley as well, have had a fantastic start to the season. They've made it a real big problem now for the likes of West Ham, Wolves, Forest. Like these three teams could all very much stay up. Obviously, when championship teams come up, you'll be very surprised if one stays up, but there is a very strong possibility that all three could actually stay up if it keeps going the way it's going. Obviously, still got a January transfer window and a second half of the season to go, but they've all done fantastic. Burnley, especially, I did not expect them to pick up the points they have done already. So
Neither did I.
it's
Neither
impressive.
did I, lad.
Fucking
Like, this
impressive.
gives me a resemblance of Burnley from 14-15, where even though they went down in 19th place, there still was a lot of fight and grit that made the neutrals respect them. So even if that team under Scott Parker goes down, at least he will put up a good fight. I still think that both Burnley and Leeds are struggling with the striker department. Leeds in particular, like, I thought that Calvin Lewin should have finished a lot of those chances he had, and that's
Yeah.
been kind of the story of his season. I feel this January for a lot of their clubs will be crucial in terms of the aspect of survival in the Premier League. I'm talking like West Ham, Fulham, even you could even say like they're edging closer to the relegation zone, which surprised me.
Yeah.
But yeah, January will be important for the clubs. But Burnley and Leeds, they've also stepped up a gear. Will they both stay up? Probably not. I still think Burnley will go down, but they're giving themselves a good fight,
Well,
and
at
they're
least,
going to be prepared.
go on, mate, go on.
And they're going to be prepared for the championship if they get relegated. They'll understand where they went wrong. They'll come back again, and if they
Yeah.
get promoted again, they'll understand the flaws and rebound.
Well, what you just said leads me on to my question for this topic. So, taking bias completely out of the equation, if the league ended today, who do you think's the three teams that go down at the end of the season? Jake, you first.
Ooh.
I think Wolves are dead set. I think Wolves, you could argue, probably are in, the shout to break Derby's record for least points. Because
Mental.
I wouldn't honestly. I sit here 9 games in, 7 goals scored. They've scored the same amount of goals that they've lost games. That's not a good sign. Very leaky at the back, similar with West Ham. I think it's one of them. I don't know, where the goals come from. They haven't replaced well enough. It's evidently enough. As the fans are getting on the players' backs. We've seen reports of the players coming out on Twitter and like talking to the fans outside of training. The fans are getting sick, and I think it's a very worrying season for Wolves. I think they are nailed on to go down. I'd be very shocked if they don't.
Okay, two more.
I think I do think West Ham go down.
Mm-hmm. So you can say it. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't see it getting. I see it getting better for West Ham. You hope, anyways, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think it'll be a case of too little, too late.
Yeah.
And see, the last spot could literally be one of 4 teams.
I think just pick one. We'll put you on the spot.
Burnley. I think Burnley go down. I don't think they've got the depth.
Okay, Mikhail, your 3.
Burnley. I think they'll put up a fight, but it's not going to be enough. I don't see them replacing the centre forward spot. Wolves. It feels like they're acting like Sunderland from the early 2010s, where they're just squeaking by to survive. That's going to end sooner rather than later, and I'm going to go for between West Ham and Nottingham Forest for me. I just see
pick one, mate. Putting you on the spot.
You know what? West Ham United. It's time to go. You're wasting the time in the Premier League. Enough is enough.
Sheesh. All right. No, I'm joking. My 3 would be Wolves, Burnley, and West Ham.
We're all in agreement.
I would say we are all in pretty much agreement there.
Pretty much, yeah. I pretty much agree with you. I think if there's anyone out of those 3 teams that has the chance of surviving, it would actually be fucking Burnley. So, but
crazy.
But there's still a long way to go. But anyway, we will close off that topic and we will move on to your topic, Jakey. Let's go to the other side of the table for once.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on with Liverpool?
This is the question.
Losing 4 in a row for the first time since 2021.
Yeah, same like you lost last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, we lost 4 last season. We have already hit that in, what are we, November? October?
About November, yeah.
The thing is, and I've been saying this for long enough now, and I still stand by it. Performance-wise, I don't think we've been bad. I don't think there's been a game where we have been played off the park, and it's been we've been tactically outclassed. We've been outplayed. I don't believe there's been a game where we have been shit.
Mm-hmm.
What we have been is leaky, and what we have been is wasteful.
Yeah,
I think the high line needs to go because it's not where we've been found out, and it's evident enough. Yeah, too many times. Yeah. I think I seen something on Twitter the other day. We have faced 571 or 74 long balls this season because people have found out how to play against us. The same, every team does against the champions. You sit back, you play the long ball. It works.
Yeah,
it always works. And if people... The one thing we lack very much, despite having quite a tall squad, is an aerial presence. Ekitike is shit in the air. As good as he's been for us this season so far, he is awful in the air. Gakpo, he is 6'4", and I have never seen that man win a header.
He takes corners, lad.
He's taking corners. I don't know why.
He takes the corners. I don't understand it. Capitalize on the height.
If you look at our tallest players, you've got Kanate, who's I think 6'2" or 6'3". You've got Van Dijk, who's 6'4", I believe. You've got Gakpo, who's 6'4". Ekitike, who's 6'2". That's 4 players who should have immense aerial presence, and we do fuck all from set pieces, from corners, other than the game against Frankfurt where we scored 2.
Yeah.
And they were 2 free headers.
Yeah, they
literally
were.
And the one thing, if teams are going to sit in against us, that's something that we need to have, and we don't. No one has an aerial presence in attack. And for how much we cross the ball, it's embarrassing that we are that weak in the air.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I don't know where we change, because, for one, playing out from the back doesn't work if you're going to play against teams that put 10 behind the ball.
Literally pointless.
I don't know where we can change, because we've been so wasteful in front of goal.
But Jakey, can I just say also, right? One thing that I've noticed repeatedly from Palace, we can't pass. We can't commit
No.
simple passes. That we just overheat them, and then that's where teams capitalize. They dispossess us and just take a longer ball.
It was the same with
Every
Brentford.
time.
It was, I think, I remember I was watching in the pub with one of my mates, and I literally said, I think players should be fined if you can't complete a 5-yard pass. I think it's
Joke,
embarrassing.
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys, because I saw this on Twitter the other day, and it actually made me think. Obviously, it's a bit out there, but it does make a bit of sense if you think about it. So obviously, other than the new signings, the only real change to that 11 from last season to this season is Trent. Do you guys think he was that fucking impactful? Are you missing the Trent factor?
No.
No?
So he was injured a lot last season as well.
Was the
People
exact
forget.
point I was going to say. He missed,
Yeah.
I think it was
That's
30% of the games last season.
literally,
True.
yeah.
But it also
So, like,
shows, so you guys are still conceding quite a lot of goals defensively. So it does make the point that Trent wasn't as bad defensively as everyone thought, maybe, because you're conceding more.
he was.
So
I'll be honest with you, right? It's the lack of spine we have. You know what this team reminds me of, Phil? Now, I've said this previously in my group chat. It gives me vibes of Wenger's last couple of years also. Very technical, very well-oiled moving forward, but just spineless. Very easy to break down with a single long ball, lacking a proper spine, and I don't know where that comes from. Like, I still maintain we should have signed a proper number 6. I just think that we have a lot of technical ability there, but you need a balance. You need a proper anchor in there.
mhm.
I still think we need to replace Fabinho, which we haven't. Let's be honest. Like, Endo is a good little stopgap, but I still think he should have been departed in the summer because he's not being used. What's the point of keeping him if you're not using him?
I
Yeah.
think he's injured at the minute, to be fair. I don't think he was on the bench last.
He was on the bench against Brentford. He was
he?
warming up. Yeah.
That shows how much attention I paid to the football at the minute.
Man, it's rough, alright? It's really rough. I'm not even hopeful against Palace, to be honest with you. I'm really not.
I mean, it's going to be the battle of shite because neither team's won in their last 4, so that's fun.
That's interesting, actually, that Palace haven't won in the last, 4 games, right? And, like, they conceded 3 at home against Bournemouth, and it was close to be 4. So, it's interesting. But, like, I have something to say in regards to, Arne Slot. I understand the frustration, but who the hell do you replace him with? Like, I was looking at the managerial options right now, the unattached managers. It's probably one of the weakest set of options out there. Like, it's borderline abhorrent for a club like Liverpool. Like, there's nobody suitable for the job. Like, I guess what, Xavi a la push? Like, that's literally it. You have hipsters like Marco Rose rightfully being unemployed. So, who are you going to replace him with? Like, obviously the sentimental people are going to go for, just give Jurgen Klopp a part-time status and let's just see how it goes. Like, focus on the present and future. Klopp left for a reason.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's a very turmoil time at Liverpool at the minute, but it's one of those though that, like Jake said, you haven't exactly played terrible. The results just show it. So it literally could just be you just need a spark again. But I will say though, Mo Salah does not deserve to be anywhere near that starting 11. I know he has the wow factor still. He's a moments player now, and although he obviously scored that great goal against Brentford, he's just fucking honestly. Ever since he got that bloody new contract, it's like he doesn't give a shit.
I have a little hot take, Phil. I have a little hot take.
Aubameyang 17-18.
Genuinely,
yeah.
bro. Genuinely.
Whatever
Jiggy, you ruined it. No! I was going to say, alright, this is my little hot take. You can make that into a short, which I will. I didn't agree with Salah's contract extension. I know, I'm going to get crucified for this, but I noticed signs of a decline in the second half of last season. A lot of people were overlooking that, be like, but that's just, typical Mo Salah after January. But, like, I genuinely noticed him becoming this, like, touchline winger, where, like, occasionally he may spark some moments, but, like, we were relying on Diaz and Gakpo to step up when Salah was on a bit of a hiatus in terms of goal productivity, and I thought to myself, it's better for you now to go, leave your head up high. You're leaving as a club legend. No one's gonna lambast you, and now look what he's facing. You know, people are abusing him. There's a difference between criticism and abuse, and I just think that he shouldn't have got that contract extension. I just seeing the same old rubbish that I noticed in the second half of last season. Acting as a touchline winger, not offering much off the ball. It's like we have 10 players, basically. And I stand by what I said. I don't think he deserved that contract extension because right now it's like we have Adebayor / Aubameyang on the pitch. Just not giving a rat's ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you look at the two players who got their contract extensions, Salah and Van Dijk, and neither have been really at it this season. So
Nope.
it makes
Absolutely
you
not.
it makes you wonder what their mindset's like now they've got their new contract. But
Mhm.
I think
we'll move.
but just
Oh, go
before
on.
we move on, it's that age-old question though. Do you let a player, regardless of a drop-off in form, as much as people say, like, yes, you could let his contract run out.
Mhm.
Who do you replace him with? If you let him run out, like,
Uh,
you can't let a player of that caliber, regardless of a slight drop-off in form, leave on a free. I know we did
I
with
understand
Trent,
that.
but our hand was forced with Trent. He didn't
Oh,
sign
yeah,
the
yeah.
contract. With Van Dijk and Salah, you simply just can't let them go on a free at all, no matter what
But
the
like, I
question
blame the
is.
club for this though. Because like Jakey, like who else is there to give Salah proper backup? Do we have any competition? Do we have any young
Chiesa, if they actually
upcoming?
fancied letting them out the fucking closet every now and again, letting them
Bit
out the
of
cellar.
10 minutes at the end of the game, like.
Chiesa.
Ngomor, bro, like what was the point? Like we were all gassing up Ngomor like he was the next Yamal, but like he's not getting a chance. And I was worried that was going to happen because like I don't think Slot has the cojones to give a 17-year-old adequate minutes. You know what I mean? Like as much as people expected him to. Like Ngomor is talented, ridiculously talented. But like I just didn't believe Slot was going to give him the adequate minutes required, as much as people wanted to believe. And with Salah, like I always felt that we just needed to adapt tactically, like with the diamond, because you can have Isak and Ekatike play together. Ekatike can be the provider also with Wirtz. Like build the team around Wirtz, because Wirtz and Salah can't play together. I don't think so either way. I think it's borderline obvious that they can't.
I just don't think Salah's even. He probably still has it, but his mentality and his attitude just seems miles apart. You look at the other week in the Champions League, he didn't start. You guys destroyed Frankfurt. Like you looked so much better attacking wise without him. You don't need him, personally. But
I agree with you, Philris. Don't worry, I agree with you. You're not gonna get hurt by a majority of Liverpool fans, as I'm gonna defend you. You know, don't worry.
I don't care, mate. But anyway,
No, but yeah, but like, should Salah have extended that contract, guys? Let us know in the comments below because I'm still standing by they should.
all right. Well, we'll move on from that. Will takes us to our last topic of the evening, which is mine. I think you can all guess where I'm going with this.
It's a very painful conversation.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's not Chelsea, right? It's not Chelsea, right?
it's not Chelsea. No, no. It
Oh
is
God.
West Ham United. My beloved
Oh,
West Ham United, the club that is getting absolutely ruined from the ground up by useless fucking owners. Now, obviously, last time I was on, I had a massive rant about it. You've seen even some big personalities like Crofty and F1 rant about the owners. How much longer are we really going to stand by and allow this shit to continue? Like, exactly like Crofty said, you think you're doing good for the club, but you're just not. It is time to count your chickens and fuck off. Simple as. Like, you do nothing for the club. Steinberg, who is also invested in the club, he literally said he would love to invest in the club, but he's not putting a penny in until David Gold does, and Gold just isn't. Simple as. It's obviously just come out saying that they're going to back Nuno in the transfer window in January. I'll believe it when I fucking see it. I personally don't see it happening. They said they'd back Potter. They didn't. So, but in terms of actually what's going on the field, I'm still going to stand by Nuno, but he's making it very, very difficult for me to do so because his lineup choices are really pissing me off.
God, where do
So,
you start?
okay,
Jesus.
so right. Friday night against Leeds, right? So we've got Ollie Scholes and Wan-Bissaka playing as the wing backs. For some reason, they're on opposite sides to their preferred positions. Make it make sense? Whatever. Then you've got Andy Irving, who is literally the shittest player I've ever seen put on a West Ham shirt. And you got Thomas Soucek, who has done a fantastic job for us over the years, but is aging, he's old, he's just not got the pace anymore. So probably one of the slowest centre midfield partnerships in the Premier League. On the left, you've got Somerville. He's trying, but you can see he's trying too fucking hard. Paqueta is apparently our new striker. Make it make sense. Callum Wilson on the bench, whatever. And then the man who literally has to do it all, and I feel fucking sorry for him. He needs to. I don't want him to leave, but he probably has to leave. Is Jared Bowen, obviously. And then you've got the two shittest centre backs in the Premier League in Kilman and Todibo. Todibo, who, when we signed him, was literally dominating Mbappe in the French league, and Kilman was a very solid centre back in the Premier League. They literally don't even look like championship players. Areola, he does his best. I can't really say much about Areola. There's not been really any keeping mistakes. It's more just defensive mistakes. But it's just so fucking easy to play against us right now. 9 goals conceded from corners when the next team in the Premier League has only conceded 3. 6 more fucking goals just from corners. That is ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck we do on a midweek training and what we're practicing, if we are even practicing it. They probably are. But when it comes to game day, it just all goes out the fucking window. And honestly, we've obviously spoke about it already, about the teams being relegated. I don't see a way back from West Ham, even if we have a good window. I think we need an incredible window, a hell of a turn of around. Nuno would need to get the fans back on side already, who are already calling for his head. Yes, it just seems just a sad time. And maybe we need this drop down to the Championship, because then obviously our stock drops, the owner wants to sell, and we start fresh. What do you guys think anyway? I need to take a breath.
Let's say you've
Jiggy, you could go first.
nearly filled the entire time slot there.
Yeah, my bad.
Don't worry about it. That's brilliant.
The weird thing is, and it's kind of what you said, like, would going down like in the long term benefit you? Because you it's very 50-50 where you could go down, owner sells up, you get owners that actually want to back the club and back to like have a project, and you sign right and you come back up and you're back to being a Premier League team again. Or what happens is you slip into the unfortunate domino effect of what happened to Sunderland.
Yeah, well, I think
Or what
financially
happened with
it would
Luton.
actually be very bad for us if we do go down, because we rely a lot on the Premier League TV rights.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
one
you
of our
would
biggest
get
money makers.
you would get the parachute payments, obviously.
Yeah,
Which I don't know if that's more of the short term, isn't it? Of
David Gold would just take that pocket and buy his fucking missus a new pair of knockers with it, though. So, like,
I think as well, if you the weird thing is, like, you look at the bench that you have, I'd argue that's probably stronger than your starting 11.
I mean, yeah,
I think
Probably
as
is,
well,
lad.
looking at some of the players, Guido Rodriguez, I don't know why he's still at the club.
it's shit.
He's the Argentine you signed from Betis or somewhere like that last summer. Is that right?
Yes, and he's
Yeah.
like
Why?
34 fucking years old.
We
I
were
think.
linked to him, Jakey, by the way.
Oh, fucking
We were
don't
linked
tell
to
me
him
that.
back in. Yeah, we were back in the day, like Klopp's time. I think it was 2019. We were linked with him, and we were going to give them Origi, apparently.
I mean,
You
back
guys-
then he'd have
you
been
got
about
away with it.
25, 26, so it probably just
Yeah, but like, there's
out.
no mobility in West Ham. That's the issue.
I think as well. If you look
Yeah.
at who you out of the two DMs that you decided to let go, you let go of the better one.
Yeah, Alvarez.
Why the fuck you let him go? I will
It's
never
such
know.
an odd loan.
Such a big move.
Baffling loan for me.
Bring
It
him
was. I was
back,
like,
man. Bring him fucking back.
like, he wasn't anything exceptional, wasn't he? But like, I'd still take him over Soucek or the Andy Even any day of the week.
And honestly,
100%.
I remember that fucking Andy Irvine came out of fucking nowhere. I'm pretty sure we just played him in a cup game and he scored, and that's how I got
Yeah,
into him.
yeah.
If I remember right, I can't remember who it was against, but I remember he scored a banger against someone and just popped up.
Also,
He's like 25.
Yeah.
yeah, I just also ordered, by the way. I think the Andy Irvine was signing was also only made just because like you have the connection with the Austrian club that he joined from, so it was just a way to appease the Austrian team. And like there wasn't even any announcement of Andy Irvine's arrival. It was just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, he just kind
Yeah,
of rocked up one day.
it was just another
Yeah.
body in the fucking door. We needed to fucking fill a squad, basically. But it makes me laugh though. You look at fucking everyone's saying, "Oh, drop Ward-Prowse, he's too slow." Nuno's like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll drop Ward-Prowse." Andy Irving, Thomas Sojek, like, for fuck's sake,
And I think
please,
as well, if you look
please,
at the players on the
Nuno,
bench,
if you
go on, sorry.
go on. I was gonna say, I'll fucking literally put this out to Nuno if he ever decides to fucking catch our podcast, if possible,
Imagine.
right? Freddie Potts, mate. He is the future. Play Freddie fucking Potts. Moving on.
As I think as well, if you look at some of the players that you've got on the bench, some of the players that you did actually bring on against Leeds, Freddie Potts being one of them,
He was great.
Mateus Fernandes has to be better than the midfield that you're putting out. Like
He's brilliant, lad.
100%.
Did you see the bullet header he scored? He's brilliant.
Bullet header, that was pretty much all Bowen's doing. He just had to flick it into the corner.
Oh, it was a brilliant assist from Bob, but it was a brilliant head as well. And I'm like, how is he not starting? Especially he's a Portuguese compatriot. Like, if you're having to have Paqueta as this like weird false start, I don't even know.
It's not even a
Literally,
false nine, mate. He plays as a shocking striker.
Is that literally it? Because I just think it's like him and Bowen up front. It feels like at times. But yeah, like if you're having both of them start, like bring someone that more fresh. And like Fernandez fits the bill, in my opinion. I think he's a brilliant little player.
As well, you've got that Nagasa.
Nagasa, yeah.
He's a defensive midfielder that you can play, and no, you opt for Souček.
Yeah, I think it's because he had quite a poor game against Everton, and that pretty much like soured it for Nuno. But
yeah, he wasn't great against Everton. I'll say that much.
Problem is, it's one of those where I think Nuno is a big manager where you impress him in training, you'll play on the weekend sort of thing. And I think just they might just be doing enough, these fucking Součeks and Irvings, but Nuno needs to realise training and game day is completely fucking different. Like the quality that's the stupid thing. There is a lot of quality in West Ham. I'd say there's a lot more quality in West Ham than a Wolves. Even a Forest at the minute, I think they're very much lacking in quality now. But we have actual quality. We've got Jarrod Bowen, who people still talk about. Is he better than Saka? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's we have the quality there. Just Jarrod Bowen needs some fucking help. Just needs some fucking help.
It kind of reminds me of Zaha when he was carrying Palace under the Hodgson era, where he was like the only flicker of actual quality just before Eze and Elise arrived. Like he was the one flicker of shining light and hope. That's what Bowen reminds me of. Yeah. Like January is going to be crucial for you guys. You definitely need one striker, proper CDM with actual athleticism and a good engine and a centre back. Because I think your fullbacks are not too bad actually.
They're not terrible, no. But fucking
Juve is alright.
Apparently, we're linked with Ivan Toney in January. Apparently, we've already made contact with him. He would be a very good signing, especially because he wants to come back to the Prem to have a shot at making the World Cup squad. So he would obviously be giving it his all if we did sign him. But again, it generally all comes down to the owners. It doesn't matter how good of a fucking manager you are, how good of fucking players you have. If your owner does not believe in the club and just wants to use it as a stopgap expenditure shit, it's never gonna fucking work, and everyone fucking knows it. How much longer is David Gold gonna sit there and be like everything's fine? Like it's literally that meme where it's like the guys in the burning building is like I'm fine. Like it's literally burning around him. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we said in the first topic we were talking about the relegation teams. Let us know in the comments down below, guys, who you think will be relegated by the end of the season. You obviously heard our predictions. But that is going to do it, guys. We will leave it there because if I carry on, I will burst the blood vessel. So
He's already doing so.
Yeah, honestly.
There's a vein.
Hopefully.
If you look carefully, there's a vein poking out of his neck.
Yeah, honestly, mate,
Yeah.
it's about here, honestly. But
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we apologize for the lack of videos. We can try and sort that out. Obviously, can't help with real life shit, but believe us when we say if we can make a video for you guys, we will be making a video for you. But thank you all so much for the support, and we will catch you on the next one. Cheers,
Peace,
guys.